Imagine a place that is an extremely hot, hostile, and totally uninhabitable to all kind of life forms. And that place is Mercury. The Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, and on this same planet there is a tremendous amount of ice, which means basically the planet that receives more sunlight per square meter than any other in the solar system, the planet that bears the brunt of the sun's energy more directly than any other, contains ice, which is hugely counterintuitive. And the question arises, how on the surface temperature 450 degrees Celsius planet can cover ice? Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system. This diminutive planet is about 4,876 kilometers in diameter, slightly bigger than our moon. Even though it's a planet, Mercury is smaller than Saturn's moon Titan and Jupiter's moon Ganymede. Pluto used to be considered the smallest planet in the solar system, but it was downgraded to a dwarf planet, leaving distinction to Mercury. The idea that Mercury may have ice emerged in the 1990s, when Earth-based telescopes first detected highly reflective regions at the planet's poles. The hypothesis was verified in 2012 by NASA's Messenger space probe, which had entered Mercury's orbit. Mercury may seem like a surprising place to find ice, although nights can get as cold as minus 170 degrees Celsius, and temperatures during the day can reach up to scorching 450 degrees Celsius. That fluctuation equals a temperature swing of more than 600 degrees Celsius, the largest of any planet in the solar system. But how come there is an ice? The cold ice on hot planet phenomenon isn't strange as our solar system diagrams might have us believe. Proximity to the Sun doesn't fully determine planetary heat. Venus, second planet from the Sun, is actually the one that takes hottest planet honors. And that because Venus has an atmosphere, something Mercury lacks. And an atmosphere, particularly one like Venus's, that is enriched with lots of carbon dioxide, acts like a planetary blanket, trapping heat under its mantle, and that is called greenhouse effect. Mercury has the thinnest atmosphere of any other planet. The planet's atmosphere is so thin that scientists actually have another name for it, and that is an exosphere. To put it into perspective, Earth has 5 atmospheric layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and finally, exosphere. International Space Station orbits in thermosphere, which is even below exosphere, but still a space and vacuum. And the Mercury's surface is practically an exosphere. Mercury's axis is tilted by negligible 2 degrees, so its polar regions don't receive much direct sunlight. So there are a lot of places near Mercury's poles where there are deep craters. Its thin atmosphere doesn't allow to hold in ambient heat, so the temperatures in these craters stay low enough for water remain frozen. The cold areas might have been stable up to billions of years, allowing ice to be preserved despite Mercury's proximity to the Sun. To put it even into more simpler perspective, imagine a room. Your own bedroom. Every corner, every square meter of your room, wherever you move, it has the same temperature. And now imagine hypothetically, your bedroom is transported to Mercury. On Mercury though, imagine if there is a sunlight through your window, that sun-reflecting area is blazing 450 degrees Celsius. Well, to cook pizza in the oven, you need only 250 degrees Celsius temperature, but 450 degrees Celsius sunlight will be the same as death ray laser. But all of the shadowed region of your room is minus 170 degrees Celsius. All of this because Earth has an atmosphere where heat and cold can embed, which Mercury does not have. That is the reason why there is an ice on Mercury. Scientists believe that meteorites and comets could have delivered ice to those areas, or water vapor from Mercury's innards could have seeped out and frozen. And the amount of ice on Mercury's polar regions are massive. It might hold 100 billion to a trillion tons of ice, somewhere between Lake Tahoe in Sierra Nevada and Lake Erie. As the water is a sign of life, could there be any organic life forms on those dark sides of Mercury?